everyone, this is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 236. We're going to be talking about a sauropod dinosaur today, and that dinosaur is Haplocanthosaurus. And so here is an artist rendition of what Haplocanthosaurus possibly look like. Now, keep in mind, this is just an artist rendition. Does not mean that there's like any skin or colors that have been found yet of this animal. But nonetheless, this is still actually a really nice design of Haplocanthosaurus. Some information about Haplocanthosaurus. The name means simple-spined lizard or reptile. Length is 49 feet or 14.8 meters. Height is unknown. Weight is 26,000 to 28,000 pounds. It lived 155 to 152 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period, and the fossils are found in Colorado in the United States and was described by Hatcher in 1903. So this dinosaur has been around for a while, but it's not one of those dinosaurs that gets a lot of talk in terms of the paleontology community. But it's still a neat dinosaur nonetheless. But let's actually keep going here. And so here's a map of the United States, and you can see where I have highlighted it in red is this state of Colorado. That's the state of Colorado. The state in orange where it's highlighted in red, that is where Colorado is. It's where the fossils of Haplocanthosaurus have been found. Here's a size chart of Haplocanthosaurus compared to a human. And so we can see here, in terms of size, it is a little bit smaller than some other sauropods. And here is a skeletal diagram from the holotype specimen. And so what we see here is an animal that is not fully complete. Uh, Nearly the entire neck has been found, almost the entire back vertebrae, but even the base of the tail has been found. And we have the shoulder blades that have been found, but limb bones are missing, ribs are missing, and even the rest of the tail and even the skull. So we don't even know what the skull probably looked like for Haplocanthosaurus. It's possible, it's a guess of what we can actually find out what it is. But anyway, let's actually keep going. So Haplocanthosaurus is a sauropod, like I mentioned before, and so it's part of the Sauropoda family, and it's part of the Diplocoidea family too. So it's somewhat related to Diplodocus and like Apatosaurus and Brontosaurus, but but from what I've looked at, is that Haplocanthosaurus might be a basal form of a Diplodocid. So this is kind of a basal form, and so typical like like uh, features for like any kind of Diplodocoidea is that it's got a long neck and a small head, of course, and the tail is not as long as what we actually think it is, and so even though we don't have a complete tail, but when we looked at the size chart from the previous slide, is that Haplocanthosaurus is smaller than other sauropods during its time, and since the Haplocanthosaurus was found in the Morrison Formation of the late Jurassic period, the other sauropods during its time, you think of like say Camarasaurus, Apatosaurus, Diplodocus, uh, Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus. Those are the like iconic sauropods during its time. And so for Haplocanthosaurus being smaller, so that means it probably was actually having a different way of actually being part of its ecosystem. So even though that like Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Camarasaurus, and Brachiosaurus, and even Brontosaurus were longer and bigger, uh, even though that like Haplocanthosaurus is still not too bad of a dinosaur to be around in that type of environment, because I mean like sauropods were almost everywhere uh, during that kind of time, and of course like all sauropods, Haplocanthosaurus is a herbivore or herbivorous dinosaur. Excuse me. In the environment in which it lived in, it would have been warm and somewhat humid. It would have been wet and dry seasons during that kind of time. There would have been plenty of trees, ferns, cycads, Of course, no grass or flowers during that kind of time, and there was plenty of rivers, lakes, and ponds for water sources, and there was plenty of insects, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, pterosaurs, and of course non-avian dinosaurs, other non-avian dinosaurs. And of course, it's in the Morrison Formation in the late Jurassic. It's an iconic age for dinosaurs, and an iconic rock formation of just a diversity of types of dinosaurs that were around in that kind of time in the late Jurassic period in North America. And of course, Haplocanthosaurus does have predators. Probably the main predator of Haplocanthosaurus would be Allosaurus. Allosaurus would have been the predator would have been more commonly interacted with. And then of course you got Torvosaurus was around that during that kind of time. Ceratosaurus maybe, but I would probably say Ceratosaurus are more likely going after the young than anything else. So Ceratosaurus could eat sauropods, or go after sauropods, but it mainly would be going after the younger sauropods, not really like the like ones that are larger than itself, or even like somewhat larger than itself. So like say a sauropod that is like say 12 feet tall, and that sauropod would actually be pretty close to its full length at that point in time. But even though Haplocanthosaurus, we don't know the height of it because we don't have any limb bones to showcase forth. But like, yeah, Ceratosaurus could still possibly be a predator of Haplocanthosaurus. But anyway, Allosaurus and Torvosaurus would have been the ones that would actually go after Haplocanthosaurus. Saurophagonax right now is on for debate right now of whether or not it is its own valid species, even though still right now it is its own valid species. But there's a growing number of paleontologists that are looking at some of the bones. Even there's a paper that came out not too long ago talking about Saurophagonax, saying that some of the bones that were found with the holotype specimen of Saurophagonax were probably a mixture of were probably thought even though at the time they thought they were part of Saurophagonax, they were actually part of sauropods. And so yeah, but anyway, we're talking about Haplocanthosaurus here, but yeah, the predators are going to be Allosaurus, Torvosaurus, and maybe Ceratosaurus. The extinction of Haplocanthosaurus is more likely going to be climate change. So temperatures rose 152 million years ago, and of course and of course, around that kind of time, there were so many sauropods, and so there would have been a lot of competition from other sauropods. So Diplodocus, Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, Camarasaurus, and those would have been the dinosaurs that would have been competing with for the remaining food for the food sources. And so being larger does have advantages in terms of like you can like push out the smaller ones, smaller individuals, smaller species away. But even though the smaller species could still actually have a much better chance of survival, but Haplocanthosaurus did not live past what Diplodocus, Camarasaurus, Apatosaurus, Brontosaurus, Brachiosaurus did. And so, yeah, so Haplocanthosaurus did not last very long uh, during that kind of time. And of course, larger predators. So Allosaurus got bigger, and of course, that sort of thing, and that's how it usually goes. But it's more likely due to climate change. And so here's a map of the world during 152 million years ago, during the late Jurassic period. And where you can see I have circled here in red, that's where Haplocanthosaurus fossils have been found. And this is probably the area of where it lived. And so, yeah, that's where Haplocanthosaurus belonged. So the next episode will be on December 19th, 2024, and that will be the final episode of 2024 season. And so that will be an extra episode, and I'll be reviewing Peter Jackson's King Kong movie. That was the 2005 movie. It does have dinosaurs in it, and so I will actually review this movie, and I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and so I might as well actually get to rewatch it. And how do I think it actually fares today? And how does it compare to the 1933 version? And then you also get the chance to actually hear me talk about some of the dinosaurs that were featured in that movie. And so, yeah, I'll be reviewing Peter Jackson's King Kong. Uh, for the extra episode next week. But you can still send me questions about dinosaurs and other prehistoric life by emailing me at dinochrist71@gmail.com. Let's go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts with Dinochrist. Like the page, you should post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messages are private conversations, so please put your questions in the comment section on any Facebook posts. And also for you YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel. According to my analytics, a lot of you guys are checking out my channel and not subscribed yet, so please feel free to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button, because how the YouTube algorithm works, the more likes the video gets, the more likely the video gets spread out to people that are interested in dinosaurs, uh, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. And also feel free to share the video, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs, prehistoric life, paleontology, and geology in general. So please feel free to do so. And also hit that subscribe button, and also hit that notification bell, so that way you can get weekly notifications of every video that comes out. And also on the community tab, I've been doing some polls lately, so go to the community tab and you can actually interact in the polls that I have put out lately. So please feel free to do so. And so I'll be doing polls every 3 days now, and so that way I don't get too burnt out and doing these questions or doing these polls. And also for YouTubers out there, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on the Q&A episodes. So all of you are sending me questions via email, Facebook, and YouTube. You guys are awesome. You're giving me some great questions for the Q&A episodes, and keep up the great work. And also make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Threads, same thing, at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of people around you, not so for younger people out there. It makes a list of your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. So the best motivation you could have a good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, get a good job in the future. That's it for now. Now I'll see you guys next time.